beautiful day today. It is not too cold. It is snowing a little. And I'm going to show you what I think makes Toronto a very special place. So today we are going to be checking out Little Italy. So hopefully, thank you for joining me. And let's go see some of my favorite parts of the city. So let's get on our way. Hey Sam, hey Timmy. Hopefully y'all are doing good today. It's just me today, and unfortunately, my initial plans for today didn't quite go as we hoped. But we're here anyways, so let's give it a go. I have apple juice. That's an excellent choice. Apple juice is underrated. But, hey Medano, good to see you, buddy. Oh, hello, Andrew. Hey, Poison. Good to see you folks today. Oh, hopefully y'all had a good, what was it, Tuesday? It's Wednesday today. Yeah. Hopefully everyone had a good Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie, my original plans for today was I was going to go to Hamilton and then do a walkthrough around there, and then potentially meet up with my friend after, have dinner, stay there, and then come back the next day. But unfortunately, I woke up this morning with a little tingle in my nose, and I'm just like, you know what? Probably not worth getting my friend sick. So, just in case I am coming down with something, I decided to turn it off. But for now, we're going to show you some fun parts about Toronto that I really like. By the way, this is the what used to be Maple Leaf Gardens. I still technically is, but now it's mostly just a Loblaws. But beautiful yellow brick building made from bricks from the It is interesting finding out just how much of Toronto was built from the brickworks. That's a nasty bit of wind, but that's okay. I feel like if I dress for colder, then the warmer weather will feel pretty good. By the way, if you ever see sushi at Loblaws and it's after like noon, don't get the sushi from Loblaws. Just don't do it. It's probably been there for a while. And I know for a fact they don't change it out during the day. So, don't do that. Hi, Mayan. Good to see you today. I need warm weather as well. I agree. Don't get me wrong, today isn't cold, but it's still not warm. But not cold is as good as it gets sometimes. Hey, Liam. Good to see you, buddy. You're at the zoo? To be fair, if I could go to the zoo right now, I would absolutely go to the zoo right now. That sounds like so much fun. Won't see temperatures above 0 in Montreal until Monday. Oof. Well, it's coming. It's coming. Theoretically, it's coming. Enjoy the cold now, because it can't last forever. Apparently you can get thermochromic hair dye. Changes color in hot and cold temperatures. That would be cool, actually. The problem is that each season it would change to only one color at a time. You should do a zoo walk with Randy. You know what? Maybe we will one day. I'll see if he's up for it. Can you stream from in the zoo, or would that count as like buying someone else's ticket for that? I don't know. I'd have to reach out and find out the logistics of that one. I'm sure people do it all the time. Yeah, you must be able to stream a zoo, right? Yeah. Because then you just have people living vicariously through you, hopefully with the intention of them going in the future. That's technically tourism. I think. I don't know. You're gonna have to look into that. Liam streamed from the zoo earlier. Well, there you go. Answers that question. Corsa Italia, allons-y. Hey, you're welcome to join me, buddy. You know where I'm at. Hey, Vasily. Good to see you, buddy. Part 2 fails. I don't know. I feel like there's drama happening there, and I have to know. I use TPL library card. You get 2 adult and free 2 fourth. They're under 12. I think they are free. Oh, cool. I mean, that's a great idea. My nail polish remover kind of smells like bubblegum. Well, the important thing is don't chew it. To my knowledge. Unless you're supposed to, in which case that will definitely remove the nail polish. But then also your life, potentially. So, you know, depends what you want. You can get that hair dye from Walmart.ca. Oh, if I got hair dye from Walmart, Joel would probably literally kill me. So, we won't be getting that. I am curious to know how much zoo pizza costs. Especially, is it still pizza? Because if so, that's just mean. Not only can you not have good pizza, but we're going to charge you an arm and a leg for it. Like $20 probably. That's what I'm thinking. Like, there's no way it's even remotely affordable. Snow is being stubborn and doesn't want to melt. You got that right, Bixby. It is quite snowy here too. 14.42. I hope that's not a slice. Is that just a slice of pizza, or is that like a full pizza? Because that makes a difference. In the office today. Ah, so close. One day I'll have an office. I'm lying. I'll never have an office again. I don't think. I did apply for more jobs today, so just gotta find something. Gotta have a good time with it. Yeah, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much. You folks have a great time. Yeah, that's the question. Is it just one slice, or is it multiple slices? Hello, Sandy. Hello, Steven. Good to see you folks today. Oh, you'll never guess where we're going first. If it's a list of my favorite places in Toronto, it would be incomplete without this one. Nice to see the puddles. Yeah, the key is the puddles aren't frozen yet. If the puddles freeze, then we're all dead. But you know, up until then, we're fine. Tim Hortons Starbucks. I do like to point out this one, the fancy Nando's. Because I'm just like, this building is a beautiful old-fashioned building. And like, everything about it is just super elaborate, well decorated. The ornamentation on it is exceptional. It's a classic old school heritage style building. And then you look inside and it's a Nando's, so it's just a chicken restaurant. But it's great. I'm going to be at Yonge Dundas Square today around 4:30, getting a Arabica at Eaton Center. You know what? Maybe I'll join you. What kind of jobs are you applying for? I can keep my ears open. At this point, anything that can kind of help me out a little bit. So, yeah, keeping a fairly open mind. Ideally in tourism something active or outside or content creation. But at the same time, just trying to get what I got. It's from Henry Street. Me and Liam got caught by the same place. How does ever get hungry at the islands again? Your buddy from yesterday should apply to a museum. Oh, you mean Randy? Yeah, Randy's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Funny enough, like a lot of the stuff I learned about specific areas, I learned from him. And then every now and then I'll take him on a walk and I'll just go off on all these stories and he'll be like, I had no idea any of this existed. He didn't know anything about the Whitney building. And I was just like, well, that's just a crime. Mostly work while you're streaming, but I have weekends, alternating Fridays off if you ever want a company on stream. You know what? Let's do it this weekend. I'd love to have company this weekend. More of a spring-summer thing, but there's a company that does haunted walking tours of Toronto. Might be a good fit. I have done those before, but yeah. You know me, I'm usually game for whatever. I wonder if I did like a specific haunting walk through, like you can focus on the Keg Mansion, you can focus on the old buildings, you can focus on Spadina building. Like there's a lot of stuff you can actually go into about like ghost sightings that have happened in Toronto. Speak of the devil, there's Randy now. And absolutely, Poison, let's make it happen. Maybe reserve something for Saturday or Sunday? We'll see what the weather's like, of course. But if nothing else, I'm happy to be people's window on the outside world. This weekend, CBC is opening its doors Saturday to Monday for a free Olympics watch party at 250 Front Street. Here's the thing. Spadina House is Spadina. Everything else is Spadina. I know it's confusing. But like the Spadina House Museum is very adamant that they're just like, it's Spadina. The original word was Spadina, it's this. But everywhere else in the city, it's Spadina. Why? I don't know. We are potato at the same time. So it's no potato, no potato. What's the motto? Just gotta go for it. Thought you meant when he was on Bay Street. No, not quite. Just in the chat. But the chat's important. It's good to have. I will die on Spadina. And you are correct. Everywhere except the Spadina Museum. I think because up there they also used it as the family name, which is why it's the Spadina House. But everywhere else it's Spadina. Heard it was a class thing, at least according to the tour I took. Rich versus poor pronunciation. I think it's a little reductive, but to be fair, Spadina was often called that. Like they would have been a rich family. You've seen the Spadina House. Like rich family. So that will obviously they will pronounce it one way and pronounceify it. And we'll do the other. But it makes sense. Uptown, Spadina, downtown, Spadina.
And nothing.
I like to mispronounce things. It makes me special. You know what? I think it's good to have that. It's good to have things that can fill you with glee. or as I call it, glei. So this is the Whitney building. I know I show it off all the time, but it really is beautiful. They did a really good job on it back in the day, despite the fact that the tower in the middle is completely empty and, you know, technically not safe. But that's fine. And there she is. There's my tower. You can get more of a sense of the scale from, well, I guess you can't really. The whole entire building's huge, really. But it's got a lot of interesting stuff to it. I'll be excited when it reopens. It's currently going under a lot of renovations, but hopefully good renovations. I've pronounced it Spadina. Yoshi was walking on Finch Avenue east of the Don Valley Parkway, and the sidewalks were not very pedestrian friendly, lots of snow. That would make sense. It wouldn't really be a high priority snow area, I don't think, but I'm gonna try something, see if this will assist. Let's say mic disconnected. Mic is connected. Let's see what happens. I love the architecture compared to the main street's modern glass buildings. This whole area is like full, like you get into the U of T campus and so many of the buildings are interesting. Like even over here, this is the regional, the Ontario Parliament buildings are actually quite lovely, old, ornate, interesting in their own way. But then like even just the Whitney building, the way that they've done it, it's actually quite interesting and intricate. And the detailing on everything. It's people really cared about how things would look like, say, 100 years from now. And they did, and it looks great. Up there, of course, is Queen's Park. But anywhere that could still have like that old school, super classic, super beautiful building, I think that's always worth highlighting. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. Wow, windy. It's got some blow to it. Luckily, I'm being buffered right now by a couple different things. The snow's picking up. Did my mic disconnect? Oh gosh, probably. How's that? Did that connect again? It should. I hope it did. There we go. Thank you for pointing that out. I missed it when it disconnected. Hopefully it doesn't do that too often, but it probably will. It's a slightly cold day. And Katie is Katieing. Have you been to Queen's University campus in Kingston? Buildings are beautiful limestone. I've never have. I would love to though. I think that'd be a great place to go. Gentle, friendly snow, not that buried and snowed in type of snow. Are you using a Bluetooth mic or the USB receiver? Currently the USB receiver. I find that's usually the thing. Well, when there's more than one person, that is what I will always use because that will hopefully keep it balanced. But, you know. I found out using Bluetooth, it doesn't actually put them both in every time, which is what the issue was yesterday. But I think yesterday was just a perfect storm of different things. The wind muffler on that lav mic works wonders. Hello, Avazinha. Welcome, welcome. Bluetooth is iffy for mics. It's been, a lot of this is a learning experience, but also at the end of the day, I'm just like, these are the things I have. How do I make them work? That's the problem. Queens limestone is just like the Kingston Penitentiary, school and jail, similar experience. Ooh, choice words. But also coming up to King's Court here. Beautiful part of U of T campus. Also, on a day like today, you just get the beautiful, like when the snow comes and kind of blankets over everything, just makes everything look all clean and quiet and pretty. Little Italy, will there be pizza incoming? Oh, one day. One day. The goal is to be able to afford pizza again one day. But until we get, one step at a time. I lived on West Campus, actually. Oh, interesting. Just kind of give you guys a sense of the snowfall. CN Tower is slightly obscured, meaning the snowfall's significant, but not detrimental, I should say. But map says ideally I'll be at Eaton Center around 4:30 if I leave school at 3. I might be able to join you, actually. I can't promise, but I might be able to. That'd be fun. I've actually liked to check them out. Although if they're cashless, I might be. Hello, princess. Good to see you, my love. Prefer to do a tour around Kingston Penitentiary.
Exams. I don't know why.
Can you see all the comments? It appears that Prism is not. See all the comments in this chat. I am. I can see most of them. My issue is that once again, I really like the microphone I'm using, but I think from now on, when I use it, I might use the Bluetooth mic going into the camera, because having the dongle on it means that as soon as I connect the power cord into it so it can charge up the phone at the same time so I can do longer streams, it makes it so that just doesn't happen. So yeah, it'll just subtly knock out the microphone receiver and it just gets very annoying. Might be just skipping as it goes fast. It can go fast for sure, but the ones that I can see, I will usually respond to. when I don't respond to something, especially if it's a slower time, it's usually because I am fighting with technology, and I just don't want everyone to see that and hear that the whole time. No one wants to hear you, like, complain the whole time. You know? I don't want to complain the whole time. I want to give people a good time. I always remember the day I just saw the entire Frosh group streaming into this into Convocation Hall, and just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of students just pouring in. It was quite the sight to see, actually. Oh, hello, Brad. Good to see you today. Be interested to see your mic setup compared to mine. You know what? That'd actually be a good thing to compare for sure.
Going around and then he's vacuuming.
In Fresher Stream, the live red button would only start red for 2 seconds. All good. That's weird. I don't know what technology is anymore. That's my theory. I just don't know anymore. It's cold here, but in Trinidad, very hot. I believe it. That would be nice. We could use some heat up here. It really is just like this magical little area in the middle of the big city. One day we'll get to go in and explore. I'll just laugh. Lucky in placement, right? If anyone went to U of T, like what a lucky campus to be a part of. It really is just beautiful in many, many ways. Saying some more Gov Street. We appreciate warm hugs. We're like Olaf that way. Kingston just hit 0, warmest it's been here since November. You know what? That's awesome. I think we all need a little bit of that warmth right now. This little break before it goes and gets cold again, I'm sure. This really has been like the worst, if not one of the worst winters I think I've ever had in Toronto. It probably is the worst, I'm not gonna lie. There's a streetcar coming up ahead. It is fascinating that Toronto is one of the few places that never tore up its streetcar tracks. Cold and snow were both brutal this year, right? It's been pretty bad. Get a road microphone. I can't afford any. Sam, you know I can't afford anything. Stop teasing me with stuff. The setup I have is the setup I'm stuck with for at least the foreseeable future. So. Wish I was in Jamaica, Kingston, Ontario, 3 hours east of where Matt is. See, I would love to go to Jamaica, but unfortunately I hear that they are less than favorable to queer travelers, so not racing there. Have Android treats external microphones much better than iPhones. I would agree with that, because I feel like you can kind of just use whatever on an Android, and it will usually sync up pretty easily. I haven't had any complaints in that regard, which is nice. Had a 2-hour call with boss this morning? Oh no. Hopefully a good call. Hello, Carlos. Good to see you today. I don't mind the snow, it's the wind chill I can't stand in Nunavut. It's negative 53 degrees. Ooh, goodness gracious, that's too much. That is too much. I can get a first one set Rode microphone for under $200. That's great, man. I hope it treats you well out there. Pounds, not dollars. Oh no, I caught it. I caught it. You got the tower down there. Just for context. By the way, if anyone's ever in Toronto and you see the CN Tower, unless you're like right by the waterfront, the CN Tower is always south. So, it does make an easy way to kind of get your bearings and figure out where you are. So if you ever find yourself in Toronto and you're not sure which direction to go, I hope you let that guide you through the different places. By the way, for those who are new here, my name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in Toronto, so if you or someone you know is coming to the city, why not gift them with a unique experience by ordering them a customizable walking tour tailored to their interests? You can book my services in the description below on VIATOR TRIPADVISOR. In addition to that, if you are enjoying the stream right now, I ask that you please consider subscribing, because that will essentially, I do this every day, and having people to come along with me through the ride helps a great deal. In addition to that, if you like the stream, that will encourage YouTube to recommend to other people. And we always appreciate when that happens. So thank you for coming along for the ride. We're going to keep walking, and we hope that you enjoy your time with us. Hello, Mike. Good to see you today. Didn't realize the CN Tower was south. I learned something new every day. The other trick is if you're ever on a road and you see that the road slants slightly to one direction, that usually indicates that you are going east-west and that the road you're looking at is north-south, because the entire city slopes gently towards the lake, which is south. So, if you're ever in those situations and you look at the road, you can usually figure out where you are going to. Thinking of booking a tour, I always wanted to check out Toronto. You know what, I feel like if I walked you around, I'd be like, that's the stuff, you know what it is. You know this. You walked it over here, yeah, I get that too. Google Maps, no excuse to be lost. Yeah, some people come here and they don't want to use their phones though. I mean, sometimes going to a new city, it can be fun just to not use your phone. Get a little lost and then figure things out from there. Get to know the city a bit more. By the way, Cosmic Pizza right over there. So good. So good. Easily one of my favorite pizza places in the city. Toronto is sliding into the lake. You know what? We filled it in enough. We absolutely must be sliding back in. Now that is a... made cabbage roll soup? That sounds amazing. Could set up a dedicated donations method for streaming equipment. I've got other things that are more of a priority right now, unfortunately. But I'll be revealing all of that very soon because yeah, got some stuff going on. Have fun, guys. Just wanted to say hi. Well, it's good to see you, Princess. Thanks for stopping by today. That's exactly what I do when I go to other cities. Kind of get lost and try to intuitively find my way back, and I always do. If you have the right, you have the equipment and ideas, It can actually be fairly easy to do. And it's a good way to kind of just fall in love with something new, right? You can find out a lot about a city just by going there, getting lost, and then trying to figure out what makes it special, and also like how people react to you. That can be always good. Hey, you take care of yourself, princess. Alright. Over here we're kind of at the, arguably at the border of Little Italy, but not quite where we want to go. Now we're gonna cut over through across Kensington. By the way, up there is the Daniels Building. Quite a lovely center. Was once the City Hall of Toronto, which is always fun. Lived around here in the 1960s. Oh, amazing, Abby. Let me know if you want me to loop down a specific street. I'll see what I can do for you. Little Italy is like a tongue twister. Try saying that 3 times fast. It really is. You don't even need to know Italian to sing it or to say it. Much like Mariah Carey at the Olympics. You could go to Pet Shop Boys gig. 70 Oxford Street. I don't quite know where Oxford Street is. I don't know if I'm coming up to it or if I just passed it. If I just passed it, I'm sorry. But if I am coming up to it, I'll see what I can do. Mariah. Are you far from George Street College on King Street? I believe, yeah. George Street College on King Street would be the other side of Yonge. Two blocks from here. Well, if it's 2 blocks from here, let me see what I can do. So now we're coming up to Augusta. So if Oxford is the street after that, I'll see what I can do. Do you have any pets? I have 2 cats. I used to have a dog, but that was the one thing I lost in the divorce that I miss. But yeah, my partner has 2 cats that have adopted me as their godfather. They're secretly evil, but that's okay. Okay, Robert Street, Augusta. We are his pet's poop. Hello, John. Good to see you today. Evil godfather, cats like us. Go down Augusta. All right, buddy. Let's see if we can find it for you. Do I know where Montrose Avenue is? It's in Little Italy. My mother had a house there, sold it after she passed in 2003. I don't quite know where it is, but if we are coming up to Montrose, I guess I should be able to find it. Be careful filming in front of Sam's. That place is cursed, I tell you. This is where I was born to the right. A lot of people have history here, it seems. Let's see if we can go down Augusta, find Oxford Street, and see if we can find 70. Doctor's Hospital was. That's really cool. I just like to point this out because it's interesting. It's an interesting one. grocery store you just walked past used to be called Independent City Market. Had the exact same products and visual merchandising as Loblaws because the neighborhood didn't want a big name. That's kind of a fun way to do it. Here we go. Looks like we found Oxford Street. Do I go left or right from here? Find the cat on the pole statue. Oh, heck, my dad actually went to Oxford back in the day. Neither here nor there. Obviously not the street. Right. Excellent. Let's see if we can find your place for you, buddy. By the way, I do like to point this piece out because A, I love Mucha and Art Nouveau. I just think that this is such a beautiful piece. Well, if that's 71, 70 must be like the first stop on the block. Let's see. We have 66, 68, and finally 70. Is this your place, my friend? There it is. Lovely home. Love the turret on top. That's fun. Right. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. It looks like the downstairs is an apartment now, too. So, very cool. Congrats, you will now be a part of any time I walk by this street. I will think of you now. What is that thing called? It was called His Place. Why don't people shovel their sidewalks? That is a great question. Love the architecture. Great architecture, for sure. Thank you so much. No problem, my friend. Thanks for coming by. Feel free to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. But also, no pressure. Nobody enforces the sidewalk shoveling. A sad fact. Very sad fact. This is kind of like North Kensington area. If you get a place here, I mean, just like, you are set. Really connected to different systems. Not immediately connected to subway, but not far from any of the subways. Streetcar lines go in either direction. It's pretty good. Plus, I mean, he got this view, which is always nice. Tour booked for Sunday, 2 p.m. Tell me something I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take you out, and then we'll explore the city. I'm going to treat you like a tourist, though. So you can't actually know anything. That's the key. It's the key. I can't believe you actually booked it. That's so funny. You're the first time that's ever worked. But feel free to bring any friends if you'd like. I'm excited. It's going to be fun to show you around. I will say I do focus a lot on art and on... But also, if the weather's terrible that day, don't be afraid to reach out and be like, yo, can't do today, let's do another time. You let me know what you want to do in that regard. Will there be a test after the tour? You know what? There might be. There might be. But the problem is Vasily will know everything. And I won't. Can't believe that for two people the price is $37, but for one it's $60. It should be each person should be $37. I should make sure that they have that correct in the system. Glad to support. I'm really glad to have you, buddy. Thank you so much. I'll take the 2. It's a good deal. Yes, each is 37. Okay, yeah. I'm glad it's doing... For a second, I'm just like, wait a minute. What is the system doing? I mean, technically, you have to let me know what things trigger your interests so I can make sure that we're doing a tour that is one that you enjoy. But I'll take you to some places I really like. Although, again, you'll probably know a lot of them. But still good to get to see a bunch. Like someone needs a tissue. I always need a tissue when we're walking outside. That's the problem. Joys of winter in a nose that's always running. Right? It is the worst and most annoying combination. I feel like I can handle most, like, cough and cold symptoms. It's a runny nose. The runny nose is the one that I'm always just like, this is the worst thing in the world, and I hate it. The tour guide took me to places I've been already. Thought it was just me, everyone's too. Why do we live here? That is, well, to be fair, the healthcare makes it worth it, I would say. But so many tissues on me, right? It's like everything else. Everything else you can handle. I can deal with a sore throat. I can deal with a cough. I can deal with a fever. Not loving any of this, but I can deal with it. A runny nose is the one thing that will drive me bonkers. It's why if anyone ever put me in that position where I had like that drip, drip, drip torture, I would break so fast. I'd be like, stop. This is too much like a runny nose. Worst climb. I used to ride a motorcycle. This is the worst climb. Oh, for sure. And especially like once it gets all the salt on it. Was he an unlicensed tour guide? Aw, thank you, Sandy. You don't get sick in January. You're also like, you're much younger than we are. Which is, you know, fair. Your immune system hasn't entirely pieced out and died. So, and I actually remember that's the United Church across the street. It's actually quite nice inside. I remember a couple of years ago, that's where I went to have my dog. Essentially, that's where we went to get my dog trained. Although, to be fair, wasn't a great trainer. Otherwise, the dog would have turned out better. Although that might have just been the fault of my ex, too. Let's be honest. That's neither here nor there. What's your policy for filming the tours? I mean, I would say let's film the whole thing. We could even do it all as a stream, if you want to. But I'm also happy to just be your guest star for the day. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you today. Maybe the body is intelligent, we just need to give it the right stuff. We keep trying. Just keep eating until you can't eat anymore. That seems like a good plan. Yeah, not the easiest city to have a bike on. Never upgrade this climate is trash. I used to go rosy toes. Rosy toes. Rosy. Okay. Don't quite get it, but okay. Here we're coming up to Snakes and Lattes College. When this place first opened, I was one of their employees. And my job was literally to teach people how to play board games. And I left them after 6 years because I got really tired of being overlooked for promotions. So I never got to fully experience that world. But at the same time, probably a good thing, let's be fair. I like how Ducati-like bikes look. Had to call to say here back. That's okay, Sam. We just appreciate that you're here. 6 years what? Right? After being there for 6 years and them jerking me around, I was just like, you know what? Oh, the terrible thing is I had another job that I was just like, you know what? I'm going to take my time and my attention. I'm going to focus it all on this other business because I really want to see how well I do there. And then I was there for 2 months and then the business collapsed. I was just like, oh no. Glad you realize you're worthy. Thank you, John. It's very nice of you to say. Oh, Rosie Toes is a place. Good to know. Good to know. Another lovely church over here. By the way, we are now kind of entering Little Italy at this point. It's not like fully fledged Little Italy. We're just currently on Palmerston. But, full of little treats throughout the area. I'm not jaywalking, you're jaywalking. Just... That being said, I don't actually know how Snakes and Lattes is doing these days, but I would assume they're doing fine. Did Maddie enjoy it? I mean, there are times where that's happened. Oh, the dog is in the jacket. That is so cute. That was so adorable. Huh. Pardon me, folks. Momo. Ah. How you doing, bud? You're good. Good to see you too. Just in the middle of a stream, but I saw you and I was just like, you know what? I know who that is. Good to see you, bud. By the way, this is a controversial thing because I'm just like, how do we feel about RC coffee? Robot coffee. To be fair, I've tried it and it's terrible. But I'm also just like, I have seen coffee places in airports that are just machines. So it's just doing that on the street. You can still go places where you can get real coffee from real people. So I'm just like, what does this serve? Other than just like a little bit of a novelty for a while. Will they last? I don't know, but we'll see. Did you ever get really frustrating trying to teach people how to play board games? Yes. But most of my issues were always the situation where I'd be like, I really want to teach you this awesome game. And they'd be like, we want to play Connect 4. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go die inside now. But, you know. Robot coffee is stupid. I would agree with that. Amazing sense of humor. Thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate you. Robot coffee is terrible. There are surprisingly few coffee places open 24 hours here. You know, that's a good point. It is a good point. And yes, the coffee is absolutely terrible. Certainly not one that I've enjoyed in the past, but Unless you're at home, robot coffee. Elon Musk Optimus robots will be the new baristas. Wouldn't that imply that they worked? I don't think that doesn't sound right. Pixie and I used to use the one around the corner from Marriott and Yunj. We were sad when it disappeared. I don't know. They also had like a robot barista at Muji for a while, of all places. But yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore. And I was like, that was cool for a while. Was it Muji? I might be. Maybe it was a fever dream. I don't know. I quit because the streets aren't safe, overcrowded, constantly being aware in full gear. It's not for me. I believe that. I believe that. Tesla is shutting down one of their production lines in order to just build Optimus robots? I feel like I'm missing something. What are the Optimus robots? They're gen synths from Fallout. When we wanted a little coffee plus Baileys for a midnight stroll, RoboCoffee did the trick. You know what? Good on you. Good on you, for sure. The Empire strips back. You know what? Good for you. Good for you. I don't think I know anyone in that show, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Sports bike are so uncomfortable, never again. Beautiful dog. No more Tesla Model S and X in favor of their Optimus humanoid robots. What are these robots? I feel like I've just missed a whole segment of something terrible. But I'm just like, I feel like robots are still at least a good 10, 20 years off, right? Star Wars strippers. You know what, maybe I should reach out to them and be like, hey, would any of you like to go for a walk and discuss your show? Because I'm curious. Don't need a ticket, but I would like to just walk you around and find out what the burlesque scene's like in Toronto. I did invite one of my friends a while ago to see if she would come along and talk about the burlesque scene in Toronto, but yeah, never got back to me. Okay, let's see. Tesla's Optimus or Tesla Bot is a general purpose bipedal autonomous humanoid robot with Gen 3 version expected to debut. I mean, just such a profoundly stupid idea, in my opinion. But maybe it isn't. Maybe it's brilliant. Maybe it's a genius, but it's definitely not, and it's a stupid idea. Here's the thing. Why are we trying to make robots bipedal? The great advantage to a robot is that it doesn't need to be human-sized or shaped. You can just have some kind of structure that's stable already. The human form is not peak efficiency. The fact that we're trying to assume it is really, really dumb.
The carbon.
Yeah. Just go, you don't need an invitation. Fair enough. I don't even think we want to know how much those robots cost. Probably thousands of dollars. I'll have to give that a try, tangentially. Maple syrup. Even better than Demira. Ooh. A maple syrup old-fashioned is really good. I'm going to let you in on something. It's a very much a sweet drink, like a sweetie drink, but like a screwball old-fashioned with maple syrup. Or even, actually no, even better. A screwball old-fashioned with a raspberry simple syrup is just a peanut butter and jelly drink. Peanut butter jelly old-fashioned. It's really good. Really, really good. Not that I'm biased or anything. I love peanut butter way too much. Which is something you could quote me on. And again, come on. Guys, we were doing so well there for a second. And she's back. Sort of. Yeah, she's back enough. Saw the movie iRobot and got inspired. He is the last person who should see iRobot. He should maybe read iRobot, but then he would have to learn how. I don't think that's in the cards for him. Heat up sweet and sour chicken with rice. Ooh, very nice. Mike's acting up? It is. Every now and then it just decides to flop out of its container. And that's just great. We love it. It gives our streams character so people know I'm not AI. I haven't been down there on college in over 20 years. Wow. You're missing out. It's a great area.
Yeah. How can you tell because of the sounds or what?
Best robot in a century, Wall-E. Absolutely. And the great thing about Wall-E, he's literally not a walking robot. So when you're there, like, no, you don't need to have a robot that's specifically peanut butter and celery and raisins. I mean, that's a choice. I remember I used to like have to eat that, but that was like something I'd have to eat. So this is kind of the border of Little Italy into Little Portugal. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go up this street here, because this was where we came last time with Green Knight. And if we can potentially go the other ways, see what other memories are in the area. No way Elon works as hard as he says, let alone have time to read iRobot. Right. He couldn't even read a book on tape. Hello, New City. Good to see you today. How come the cops can fly? Yes. I don't need to read the rest of that, Sam. I think I know where you're going. And try. But yeah, for me, like peanut butter and banana, fried peanut butter banana sandwiches with cinnamon, forget about it. Like, favorite thing in the world. Capital D-ishous. I wonder if the peanut butter celery raisins would be good with honey on it as well. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, you know what? Maybe. Or even a little bit of salt. Katie? Katie, what are you doing? Katie? Come on. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Things are fine. Peanut butter and banana on toast. You know what? Sometimes I'll just take a banana and I'll take a flatbread. I'll just put peanut butter on the flatbread and just wrap it around the banana, and there you go. Instant banana sushi. My husband puts peanut butter on his bologna and cheese sandwich with tomato and mayo. That might go too far, but also, I've never tried it because why? But also, maybe it's great. We don't know. Fried banana, sweetest as candy. Agreed. Fried banana is so good. What does human Katie think when you keep blaming Katie? You know what? She's going to meet Katie. And when Katie and Katie meet, I will have to get them to compare notes. I like peanut butter on apple slices with Nutella. Yes. Oh, now you're talking. Now you're talking. That's a great combination right there. as a choice combination. That is quite the combination. Why do I feel like this whole chat needs a semester at culinary school? Only one? 90% of our conversation, 90% of the derailment conversations we have usually focus around food. So I'm not outwardly saying we blame Timmy, but it's probably Timmy. I don't know why I refuse to try it. That's probably a wise choice. That being said, peanut butter with bacon on a cheeseburger, delicious. I can say that with confidence. This should be renamed the Food Channel. Is there like a peanut butter recipe video you can upload? Gordon Ramsay was spotted. All right. Well, for those who don't know, we don't always just talk about food here. I am a tour guide, and I like to give people customized walking tours around Toronto. So if you or someone you know is coming to the city, why not gift them with a trip around some places that they'll probably never see and get the history of Toronto from a unique perspective. You can book my services in the links in. In addition to that, if you're enjoying yourself, please consider liking the stream. That will encourage YouTube to recommend it to other people. And finally, if you want, we do this every day, and I would love to have you come back, so feel free to subscribe. And that way you can get the whole experience every day. And on that note, thank you for joining us. And we're going to go back to our little walk. Surprisingly quiet neighborhood, considering where we are. Has anyone tried the whipped PB from Kraft? They had it at Loblaws at Church in Carleton a few years ago, but I haven't seen it anywhere since. It was so good. I will keep my eyes open for that, because that sounds like something I would love. You keep talking about peanut butter. I'm going to have to force my wife to make her amazing peanut butter cookies. Oh my God, peanut butter cookies are so good. Peanut butter chocolate cookies, great. Peanut butter chocolate cookies with banana on top, favorite thing. He says it helps the cheese stay in place. I mean, what a curious gentleman in your life. Let's kind of show off the sidewalk plowing. You know, there's also something called mayo that exists that does the same thing. Mind you, peanut butter is just kind of like a nuttier butter. I don't know, maybe it'd be good. I don't think I'm coming around to this idea, but I'm not as opposed to it as I was like a couple seconds ago. Mind you, I'm also the kind of person who had an issue with like peanut butter and butter together on the same sandwich for a long period of time. So, who knows? All right, this is Harvard Street. If you go down further, you will see that there is a lot of really interesting places. You can also kind of just see how Toronto ramps up towards the middle in terms of where we have most of our skyscrapers. But if we go the other way, this street only terminates about a block away from us, meaning we must be close to Ossington. So, yeah, beautiful little area. I think I might head down here, walk up through the parkway, go up to Christie Pitts. Like all things considered, Toronto is not as big as we think it is. Don't get me wrong, still hefty, still a lot here, definitely a lot to see. At the same time, it's not quite as large and intimidating as a lot of people give it credit for. The downtown core, at least. Beyond that, yes, it's huge. But like the downtown core is pretty solid. Actually, I believe that this is one of the alleys that me and Green Knight explored the other day. A little warmer today. It is a little warmer, Mo, because you're here and you light a fire in all of our hearts. Facebook is so toxic. I gotta admit, I've been hiding it on YouTube, out on YouTube, and this is bad, the rage bait. I have to say, I try to avoid Facebook as much as I can these days, which is why, like, I don't plan on ever getting a channel on YouTube, or sorry, on Facebook or anything like that for this. But I do have my personal Instagram, but that's about as far as I'll go with it. And then I'll have my website, which I'm still working on right now. But not as intimidating as one might think. I'd agree with that. Canada's skyscrapers, America has ass scrapers. Very pointy. You know what? You're not wrong. You are a good escort. You know what? I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment. I love history of our city. I agree. It's good just to know, like, where do we come from? What happened here beforehand? Because these are like densely populated streets that we live on. And there's been many, 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 many generations that have been here, so. Yeah. Got off Facebook years ago, so much drama on Facebook. It's too much it's too much drama. Like, I'm barely on Instagram, but like Facebook's too much. AirPods are dead, 52%. Left in the cases at 3%, they're not gonna last me till the rest of the day. Do you have a place you can charge them? Oh, that's super cute. Look at that garage. That's actually really sweet. Ooh, and the cat at the end is really good. Oh, I like these ones. Oh, the duck's in the bathtub. That duck has a butthole. Oh, that's great. And the cat's fantastic. Oh, these are good. These are good. I should tell Matt about these. The ducks are like by far my favorite. That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. It is a propaganda machine. I'm terrified. You know what? You're not wrong. I'll be the annoying person on the bus that listens to Matti's stream on full blast on my phone. I mean, if you must, you must. And that's the time when I'll be extra annoying by singing like a bunch of terrible songs. By the way, checking out over here. Lovely park. Little dog park. The dog is trying to have friends. Oh. Are those penguins? I thought they were ducks. I think they're ducks because they were all white. Look at this one and just like, that's cool. That guy's got a vibe. It's almost like an Ed, and Eddie type thing. Those are just basic tags. I was like, this is a nice little strip. Oh, is it weird that I just missed the cat entirely because I was so charmed by the ducks? Maybe. Mayhaps. May well. Well, for those watching, I can go to Bloor and go across, or I can cut up to DuPont and go across. Let me know what you folks prefer. Happy to do either or, because I haven't done either one in a little while. But that's a good tag. Good color, good saturation, good use of like purple and green go well together. Complementary secondary colors. But without orange, it's not entirely complete. So you could bolster it a little bit more. They got a Bill Cipher up there. Got some cool ones over here. This one's almost feeling a little Greek. polar bear. I actually like the deer and eagle one too. That's nice. And this area doesn't have... That is Illuminati. I mean, it's Illuma something. Maybe it's like Illuminice. Wonder how color fast those paints are. Most spray paints are pretty good. The way that they're designed is that it's designed to just adhere directly to what it has, and as long as you're not using a paint underneath that will repel them specifically, they usually work pretty well. You notice the eye, eye of the tiger, Illuminati confirmed. Fair enough, fair enough. Man, if the Illuminati is watching, I'd love to be successful. Can you make that happen? Cool, thanks. I would join a secret cult if it meant I could get rich. You could just be a nice person and then just have to do, I don't know, murder or something. Whatever it takes. I'd be a very poor murderer. Well, that house is fun. Well, nice to know that not all of the streets are entirely, or not all of the paths are entirely blocked off. Still got some snowy parts, which is good. Gets your blood pumping a little more. Mm-hmm. Now that you wrote that, all I have is Eye of the Tiger going through my head. Polar bear statue in Cochrane, Ontario. Hello, Alec. I have to say, I don't know if I've ever actually been to Cochrane. I was realizing this the other day because I was just like, there's a lot of places in the province that I have access to that I've never like gone and explored. I think one weekend I would like to just have like the $10 go ticket and go and stream from as many places as I can in the course of like a day. Just explore as many downtowns, go as many different places, and just see how it is. That's a nice piece. Big, colorful. It could use a little more contrast because like you see how the green and the orange contrast, but like the other colors kind of blends in a little bit more. But it's at least got a good feel to it, which is nice. I guess I shall walk across Bloor Street, meaning we're going to intersect along Little Korea. We're going to also go by the Annex. We'll be going through the Mink Mile. I can shoot up to Yorkville a little bit so we can check out anything up there. And then make our way back down through the village. So if anyone wants to see anything specific along those routes, just let me know. Happy to pull us aside and go from there. Hello, Neville. Good to see you today. In the UK, there's a JFK Memorial in Runnymede, not far from the Illuminati location. Interesting. You know what? If I do join the Illuminati, don't worry, I'll tell everybody. I think that's the point. When you join a secret society, you let everybody know. Christy Pitts, that is correct. Right over there. You get the whole view. I'm on the other side, so not quite as interesting. But we still got some good bits. The alternative is I could walk down to Harvard and then cut back along the other side of the route that we took on the way here. But I'll let you folks decide. You know me, I'm pretty flexible on these things. Site of another famous riot. Ah. To be fair, I actually don't know that story, so I should look that up. Simple burger. I mean, it's a burger that still costs $10. But that's better than a lot of other places, funny enough, right now. Italians helped fight the anti-Semites at the Christie Pit riots. So we were the only immigrants in Canada. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, ask Randy about that. I'm sure he has all the details. If we bring him on, I'm sure he could tell us everything for sure. Oh no, I just looked down and saw 6-7. I'm glad that meme died, but it will always live in infamy. Famous riot, also great salvo in the war against fascism. You know what? That does make a lot of sense. It's one of those moments where I'm just like, I wish Randy was here because he would know the intricacies rather than just the basic details. Canada will not fall to fascism. Yep, I agree. No matter what the orange Cheeto says, we know what we're doing. Even if it doesn't. Base clamp. Climbing intro lessons, fall into fun, register today. See, I'm just like having the climbing and then immediately going into fall into fun. I'm just like, well, that seems a little counteractive. But I know this is a rock climbing place. I haven't been myself. My friend Sarah came here in the summer. Spoke of it highly, so I've always wanted to try it out. But just haven't got the chance to quite yet. The riots are referenced in the tragically hip song Bob Cage. Oh! That makes a lot of sense. T-Town, I thought we were going to Little Italy. We just passed through Little Italy. To be fair, Little Italy is a bit smaller than you expect it to be. At least we got a good view. That rock climbing place used to be a movie theater way back when. Yep. Quite a nice one, actually. Well, to my knowledge. I never saw it as a movie theater, but from what I heard at least.
And like honestly, for us, it would actually be better if there was right?
Nine Tails Coffee Bar. Single origin espresso. Looks delicious. I've actually been in there once. It was quite nice. I have been thinking I should do 2 videos, or like 2 sets of videos, where I rate like Toronto cafes and Toronto like breweries, and then go in and rate it based on like quality, value, space, service, all the stuff you'd expect. Ooh, I like this piece. Little Italy used to be on St. Clair and Lansdowne, and then it moved. Yeah. Funny how it moved, and then Little Portugal kind of filled in the space in between. those two are usually pretty symbiotic, I find. At least in the cities I've been to, normally if there's one, the other's right beside. Isn't there another little Italy a bit north, just south of Little Jamaica? The Rastapa. There is, I don't know specifically about that. Rastapasta, I'm thinking specifically is in Kensington, but I want to look into that more. Miss the used computer store that used to be on this block. I mean, whatever happened to used convenient? Like, a lot of those places have kind of vanished in the past little while. A little Koreatown is thriving. Well, it looks like one of the Sarah and Tom stores shut down. Corso Italia on St. Clair, the second Italian neighborhood is that. That's good to know. This is why Randy needs to come with me on these walks, so he can actually feed me this information directly. Currently on Palmerston. Beautiful street. Used to live on it. For those who are watching from the beginning, this is the original Snakes and Lattes location on the right, on the left here. I also worked there at the time. I technically worked at both stores, because back then you could. I think they made it so you could only work at one after that. But when it was just kind of still starting up, was when I was there. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, at least. I'll be back if you're still alive when I'm heading downtown. I'll probably be going for another half hour, 45 minutes. Then probably hanging up. But then I might be able to charge everything up and join you down there after. But for those who don't know, I can do a little scoop on this while we're walking by Mirvish Village. My name is Matti. I am a tour guide in Toronto, and I do customizable walking tours throughout the city. So if you or somebody you know is coming to the area and you're looking for a unique experience, why not gift them with an experience that hopefully they'll never forget, and I get to introduce them to the city that I love. You can book my services in the description below via VIATOR or TRIPADVISor. In addition to that, if you are enjoying yourself, please consider liking the stream. That will encourage YouTube to recommend it to other people. And finally, if I do this every day, and I'd love to have you back again soon, so if you get the chance, why not subscribe? And you can join us every day from here until we stop doing this. In like, who knows? We'll figure that out later. But thank you for joining us, and we're going to get back to the walk. I miss Honest Ed's and wish that it could have continued, but the Mirvishes didn't want to be tied to only that store. Which I get. They already had their hands in, like, their hands are so far into theater. I get it. But also, going Mirvish Village is probably a good way to, like, build the brand. I hate to say it. But to go from, like, a single discount store to a bunch of things, it makes sense. You go from being a single store to a neighborhood, which I guess is progress, but still nice. Ever since my roommate's girlfriend moved in, it's been hell. She hogs the laundry, the bathroom, the laundry machine. She does not work. That's annoying. Yeah. That's where you have a conversation being like, whose name is on the lease? Are you wanting to buy me out? Because that's what you're saying right now. I do miss living in this area. It's a nice area to be. Certainly lots of things to do, which is always nice. I mean, that's just rude. Why are you so loud? Taking up all the attention. Crazy. Doko's got you covered this Valentine's Day. I do like Madoko. All things considered, I know it's an expensive art store, but I still got a soft spot for that one. Oh look, cheap friends. Taisho Japanese barbecue. Ooh. Beautiful view of the tower from here. Sirens follow Matti. I mean, I'm just so hot. Currently passing by the annex. Here's Lee's Palace over here. The last show I saw here was Econoline Crush, and they were terrible. So bad, in fact, I removed them from my show after. I missed the Press International store that was on the next corner. It sold a lot of magazines and our stuff. Huh. I think I know what you're talking about, but some places here are really good. By the way, sushi on Bloor, probably the best sushi in the city. And certainly was the most affordable for a long time. Don't know if it still is, but I have to hope. Last show I saw at Lee's Palace was doing the Scott Pilgrim videos. Oh, that's so cool. Scott Pilgrim is such a good movie. One day I will get to see it again. Man, that was a movie that I was just like, I thought for sure it would like absolutely crush. And then it just got, maybe it's like, it's certainly still a cult classic in Toronto. But like, how that movie didn't connect with people on a wider scale kind of blows my mind a little bit. So, yeah, don't quite know what to say about that one. Spot the Scott Pilgrim location is a fun game to play in Toronto. I agree. I would say that's definitely a good one to go for. Oh, we got some music playing here, so I'm just going to talk for a little bit and then hopefully go through there. Let's see if that worked. Man, lots of music all over the annex, it seems. Hey, Futures Bistro here. Nice enough place. Certainly, I remember pierogies was like the thing to get while you were here. But also like, oh, here you go, all you can eat pierogies 5 to 9 p.m. on Wednesdays. But who needs all you can eat pierogies of all things, right? Like, why pierogies? Also, the pierogies are a little greasy, not gonna lie. But maybe I'll go home and have pierogies. Suddenly I want them now. This is the lab. Great little bar. Used to come here all the time when we worked at Snakes. Jesus. It is a lot of sirens today. I love the combo DVD Blu-ray. Scott Pilgrim is autographed by the director. Oh, that's cool. Did Edgar Wright direct that, or am I thinking incorrectly there? I will say, I did see the Scott Pilgrim animated show, which was great. But there is that one moment where they're talking to the one character, and he's just like, I'm originally from North Bay. I just remember having this moment of being like, what the hell? What is this? It made me very excited and happy when that happened. I'm not going to lie. Got it right. It's an Edgar Wright movie. Yay! I got it. Edgar Wright. Perfecto. Oh, we have a little free library here. Let's see if there's anything good. I'm going to say no. There's a book called Extreme Barbecue, though. Edgar Wright did direct Scott Pilgrim, and yes, he's my guy who autographed my DVD Blu-ray. That's super cool. I think he's one of the few people who's like, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure he's one of the ones who hasn't made a bad movie. I mean, everyone's made a bad movie. At least one. But he's one of the ones who just like publicly hasn't released a bad movie. I was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World in the background. Oh, that's super cool. I was not. Although I could have been. That would have been fun. Also, that cast is stacked. Michael Cera is so nice. He bought us all food for lunch one time. Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, he is Canadian and he's a comedian and he looks like that. So he has to have some kind of good personality, especially since he still has a career. Not the case for everybody, that's for darn sure. I just like to explore some areas of Toronto that don't get seen as often. Like these neighborhoods, especially with the old houses and stuff, absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at that house. How unusual. Hello, Marcus. Hope you are doing well out there. We are currently just walking through kind of the southern part of the annex. I just saw a house and I saw the deck outside and I'm just like, I need to see this house. I need to see this. Brent Stone, your streams are always so mellow and peaceful. Thank you very much, my friend. It's wonderful to have you join us every day. Michael Cera is a dad now. I believe that. I mean, once you do that well for that long, it kind of makes sense that you would eventually grow into something. And like, you think that like Superbad was back in what, 2009? I don't know what this house is, but I love you. That's wild. That is absolutely wild. God, I love that house. It's a cute neighborhood. It really is a very peaceful one as well. I could always just use a day one day where I potentially just go to Rosedale and just walk around some of the neighborhoods. I think that'd be cool. Just give people a nice relaxing little walk through the city. Can't quite call it ASMR because I talk the whole time. But maybe? Ooh, colorful. Yes, very much so. I would live in a house like that. But here's the thing. It's colorful and like the colors don't normally go together. But like it's well painted. Everything looks clean. So good on them. Sometimes I walk around random neighborhoods and think, what happens behind the doors? I would say nothing. I like to think that people go home and they just stand directly behind their doors until they have to come out the next day. And they don't do anything in the time. That's what I'm like at home. Our neighborhood looks so peaceful, but I know things are happening here. I mean, possibly. I'm just like, look at some stuff you get. Like, that's a really beautiful top of the house there. I know icicles can be dangerous though, but like, they still look nice. How long could you go streaming around Bridle Path before someone told you off? You know what? I think we have to try it out, my friend. We got to go for it. My dad is very sick, yet you don't notice anything from the outside. That does make sense. They miss our stop for donuts. I don't think it's a donut day, my friend. I would have to hit 12:50. I'm pretty sure I'm nowhere close. Last I checked, I was 12:25. I guess halfway to another donut day. But also, like, the numbers lately aren't growing, so I don't think I'm getting new people. So I have to kind of figure out other ways to kind of help fill in the gaps. You know? Just got to do more things. Smart things, different things, lovely things. Final split a donut with you. You know what? That sounds good. That sounds good, my friend. Although if there's ever a day where I make if I get 1,000 new people in a single day, then I will be in trouble. Because that's like what? 20 donuts? That's a lot of donuts. It'll be a great day, but it'll be a deadly day. A deadly donut day. I'd have to get one of the small boxes just to make up for it. Twenty donuts, you make that sound like a bad thing. I mean, you are correct. It's not a bad thing. It's just a different thing. Check out IRNBRU on Amazon. Scottish fizzy soda. I mean, if I'm ever in Scotland, I'll have to check it out. Iron Brew. Back when coffee time was still around, it was possible to get a big bag of about to be expired donuts for only $2. You can get Iron Brew in Toronto? Okay, good to know. I mean, I won't anytime soon, but I will check it out if I ever see it. I do love anything fizzy. Like anything fizzy I will usually go for. I just love soda. I shouldn't, but I do. It's so tasty. I like anything that'll make my tongue happy. Ever tried Iron Brew, but it looks like toxic waste. Sweet Brit on Young has. Okay, yeah, I've passed by there before. All right. Now that we're a little further in, let's see if this will let us do this. We'll try it out one day. It's got a slight bubblegum flavor. Oh. I mean, I guess that could be good. Oh, the wind's definitely picking up now. I will say that for sure. I just got tackled by a snow-covered pit bull. Grab me it. What? I hope that's your pit bull. Nope. There she blows. Dogs are out playing in the snow, 4 feet of snow in the backyard. Well, that'll do it. Man. A barkable. This is the unboopable statue. Not because I couldn't reach it, but because you can't see a nose, and if there's no nose, it can't be booped. That's just rules. Dogs are out playing in the 4 feet of snow in the back. That'll do it. Oh, but happy puppies are always happy puppies. Used to be sold at Metro back when I was still in Dominion ARP. Interesting. As I watch this mild winter stream. It is a mild day at least, which is nice. But even as mild as it is, it's still enough to blow... It's enough to blow the microphone receiver out of Katie, which just causes such annoyance. And lying in front of the fireplace, which I could send you a picture. I mean, here's if you put it on Discord, like, we're always happy to have the puppers. Some statues have a crotch not to boop, a nose not to boop. Crotch nose. I see what you said there. Yeah. I boop their noses just for you. You know what? Thank you for that. Nice to know I'm making an impact out there. AirPods almost dead. Got a dip so I can let them charge for a commute home. Contact you about Saturday, Sunday this evening. That sounds great, buddy. I'm looking forward to it, actually. That'd be fun. Is that the flying saucer from Men in Black in front of you? Not quite, but almost. Yeah. Good old CN Tower. Yes, UCN. Although if I go to Universal Studios, I could show you the Men in Black ride, which does look like those towers. It's as if autocorrect knows you. Say joke says, nope, not happy. There can only be one Joker in this stream, and he's the one walking. Food truck row for students, of course. I wonder if they have to register in order to be here, if they just kind of show up the day of. That being said, ours is nicer. Or maybe more ugly, depending on what people think is the actual case there. So if we were to continue south, this would take us into... if we were to continue south, that would take us into the area where we were at the beginning. We're going to cut south along Harbor. We're actually going to go across Hoskin over here, because it takes us into some interesting areas. Do you know that many of the outdoor scenes in The Fly with Jeff Goldblum are filmed in Toronto? That clue was a quick CN Tower clip in the movie. At that point, the CN Tower would have like just been built too, which is kind of a cool thought. Yeah, a lot of his movies were actually filmed not necessarily in Toronto, but like a lot of them were filmed in, well, I know Crash was, I know a bunch of Fincher? No, I don't think it's Fincher. I can't remember who it is. My brain has gone tired, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other. Can we stop at Steam Whistle for a tour and free beer? You know what? I would love to go back to Steam Whistle. I haven't done their tour since like 2008? 2009? That'd be fun. Which area is this? It looks like a university area. This is a university area. So we are currently walking through U of T campus, coming up towards Queen's Park, and then going over through Bay. So kind of just making our way back into the main parts of Toronto. But U of T is just always a delight to be able to walk through, because it's so picturesque. The place we are currently going to be walking by is going to be Trinity, which is their seminary campus. So, or is Trinity down there? No, Trinity's up here. Yeah, because we're coming up to Queen's Park, so. Just to give you a beautiful view of the area. Lots of things to look at, for sure.
Oh, what the hell? Are you like, what a pull. Yo, she got there, went to Starbucks and came back before he got nowhere. What kind of rover? Oh.
For sure, I'll have to book a tour with you when I visit Toronto. I would love that, Brent. anytime you want to come by, you let us know. We'll make sure it happens. Also, beautiful area. The Trinity campus is really, really lovely. But I will say, they don't have air conditioning in there. And we had to come to a wedding there this summer. And it was very, very hot that day. And it was also in the middle of Pride, so like, it was very, very warm.
I don't even care about like comments about the food.
Ooh, from Colorado. Interesting. I actually have friends who are in Denver and who have asked me to potentially come out there. They've asked me to come out there to potentially do my show as part of Denver Fringe. So we'll see if it happens. Maybe it'll work out. Have you done any tours outside of Toronto? Not yet. The closest I've got is I'm also a licensed tour guide for Niagara Falls. So like I'll go there and do tours as well, or I'll be hired by companies who want to go back and forth. But yeah, not necessarily all of one or all of the other. Smartest students in the country. At least some of them, for sure. Oh. All right. Let's see if we can't catch the crossing. Like I was like, smartest students in the country, as one of them almost walks right into me while on their phone. Let's face it, most people are on their phone. I am technically on my phone right now. The irony of me being such a Luddite who doesn't like technology, who is now trying to make a living streaming every day. You know, there's a certain irony in that. But, you know, we get there. We do things. We have fun. We prosper, we thrive, blah, 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 other stuff. Have fun. See, here's the thing. Imagine being a student like that and streaming what I'm doing while you're walking. I feel like that would be too much. I don't think people should do that. The area is the seat of the government for the province of Ontario, Queen's Park. Yes, it is. Very much so. And just for everyone to know, just in case you are new here, thank you for joining us. My name is Matti. I'm a tour guide in Toronto, and I do customized walking tours for people who are visiting. So if you or someone you know is coming to the city and you want to gift them a unique experience, why not buy them a tour? I love tailoring people's walks directly to their interests, so please let me know whatever you're interested in, and I will do my best to do something exciting and specific just for you. In addition to that, if you are liking the stream, that allows you to recommend to other people, so please consider liking. In addition to that, if you are able, I do this every day, and any support you're willing to give is greatly appreciated. So if you subscribe, you can come back every day and see us all the time. And in the meantime, just feel free to come back and relax and enjoy anytime you're here. Also, here's a horse. Because why not share that too? There we go. So thank you for joining us. Long story short. And there's Whitney. Good old Whitney building. You could get a tandem Okay. It's, a tandem bike. I actually am not a very good bike rider. Everyone says it's just like, oh, it's just like riding a bike. Turns out you can forget how to ride a bike. So, yeah, not one to ride a bike. What is the Whitney building? You have mentioned it on a couple streams. Oh, is this building up here? So, the Whitney block is a governmental block. So it's essentially a building designed for governmental use. But it has a tower on top. And it's a really beautiful old tower. It's about 10 stories tall, but all of it's completely empty because it's no longer up to code. So they're not able to go in and either fix it up or do anything with it. So it's literally just this giant building on top that is completely vacant, but it's still just this stunning little sculpture in the middle of the city that I love. I think it's really quite the achievement, quite gorgeous, quite nice in many different ways. But yeah, that's it right there. You can see it kind of rising above everything else. It has these giant 10-foot high sculptures, which are really cool on either side. Many different things relating to agriculture, education, all sorts of other elements that come together to form a really, really unique and beautiful building that is almost completely vacant and useless. So keep that in mind. The top half looks like a Mayan ruin. You know what? You're not wrong. But even like all of the other structures in this building, in this block, the intricacies they have on it, very pretty, very nice, very beautiful. I just think it's a gorgeous building. But the top part that's just completely empty just makes it so funny in my brain. So that's why I like to point it out all the time. I have said that if I hit 10,000 subscribers, I will get a Whitney building tattoo. So, are you a morning person or a night person? This is going to sound weird. I think for me it depends on the day. Some days I'm up super early for no reason. Some days I'm up super late. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling in the moment. So, yeah. Look, you can see the two little sculptures on the bottom of the Whitney building tower. But the entire building, like the entire tower part, is just completely vacant. But it has all of these beautiful pieces on it. The sculptures on it are amazing. Don't do that to yourself, Maddie. There are better ways to celebrate 10,000. I think it's pretty. That's one thing I wouldn't mind to have on me. Also, it represents something interesting and different. It makes it so Toronto that it's empty in that 10-story tower on top. You know, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think they filmed Ghostbusters up there. You know what? I would not be surprised. Actually, they probably couldn't because they wouldn't have been able to get up there or do it. I don't know when they closed the tower off, but... That being said, the building itself is just really pretty. And I always think it's worth mentioning when I walk by it. Also, you can't really tell from this angle, but that sculpture there, the statue, that is actually Mr. Whitney. And, not gonna lie, when I walked by it the other day, I'm just like, you know what? He was a good looking guy. Had a good mustache, which I'm partial to. I'm just like, you know what? I could play Whitney in a documentary. Let's make it happen. Just to give us all the view that we all were begging for. There she is. I'm just like, you look at those statues up there, and the ones that are just sitting on top, and I'm just like, that's like a 10-foot tall statue. And they're on every side. So keep that in mind. The torch-bearing arm of the Statue of Liberty. One of the reasons I carry a cane is for people like that, the ones that don't share the sidewalk. Yeah, there's a lot of those these days. I would carry a cane too, but I wouldn't walk with it. I'd just occasionally knock one of them in the kneecap and be like, congratulations, now you can't walk. And then I just run away because I tricked him. That being said, you probably shouldn't do that. That sounds very mean. But also, like, you know, I know how tricycles work, Sam. Ooh. It's actually quite a relaxing evening. Or afternoon, I should say. It's not evening yet. Though it feels like it sometimes. I did like how one week me and Randy were just like, let's walk Bay Street. We'll do the history of Bay Street. And we'll find out everything interesting about Bay Street. And we realized there actually isn't that much that's interesting about Bay Street. So, good things to consider overall. Down there is the main police building. They actually have a police museum in there. I'm just like, okay. Can't imagine that being too well attended these days, but certainly not a career I would want to get into right now if I could avoid it. Why is it named Bay Street? That's actually a good question. I couldn't tell you. My instinct would be that that it starts on the bay, but also that doesn't sound correct in my head. So, yeah, I couldn't tell you why it's called Bay Street. That's a Randy question. We need Randy here. Randy, info, stat.
Sign, sign.
Coming up to Yonge Street, longest street in the world. Nicest, definitely not, but the longest. I saw something to do with the Hudson's Bay. It could be the Hudson's Bay Company. That would actually make a lot of sense. Wikipedia, the street was originally known as Bear Street because of the frequent bear sightings in the early history of Toronto. It was renamed Bay Street in 1797. And that would actually make sense if it was named after the Hudson's Bay Company. Because that would be around the same time, because didn't they start in 1735 or something like that? I think that's super cool. To be fair, now I think about it, I wouldn't be surprised if Randy had told me exactly why it was called Bay Street in the video when we did Bay Street. But still. We have Japadog over there. It was connected Lot Street to a bay at the Toronto Harbor. Okay, funny, I guess I wasn't far off then. Hi, Maddie. Toronto actually used to have a bay. That would make sense. Thanks for sharing that, No Clue. It's weird to think about now because our harbor front has gone through so much. But it was once a wonderful establishment. Well, if you believe Wikipedia. You know what? I rarely don't have a reason to believe Wikipedia. It's pretty right usually. But thank you very much for joining us today, folks. I'm going to be signing off, but it's wonderful to have you as ever. For those who don't know, if you come back, I do this every day, and I would love to have you back. And if you ever want to join me for a walk, I'm always looking for people who want to come along for the ride. So thank you so much for your support and your love. I really appreciate it. And as the channel grows, hopefully we can all grow and make things more fun and interesting. I always appreciate the chats. So thank you so much just for keeping me company as we do this. And hopefully we see all of you very soon. So y'all have a lovely day. Be good to each other, and we'll see you soon. Bye.